someone tried to hack my Google account. That's what happened. I had like 2 or 3 different numbers from other states or countries calling. That's what made the video freeze up. I had to just stop the stream, and then I went into my other room with my other computer, and on my YouTube account it said that there was unusual activity and they needed to like verify my account and my identity. So they sent me like a number and a prompt and stuff like that. So I redid that. Everything should be okay now. But yeah, I don't know what in the world they think they're gonna get from hacking my account. So yeah, there's idiots out there. So I apologize for that to anyone. I hate interrupting my streams. I hate doing that because it kicks everyone back off. You know, it just, I hate it when I have to do that. But I had to restart my phone and I had to go in there and it was actually on the YouTube site. So I know that it wasn't a hacker that I sent my password to. Yeah. So I apologize for that, guys. I know this has happened to other people. I know other YouTube streamers. I know that it's happened to them. I've heard of that happening. So we just, no, it's not really too strange, actually. There's a lot of idiots in the world that are just, they've got nothing better to do than to try to hack into your account. Well, it's because there's money in it. I mean, that's all it is. They're trying to figure out a way that they can insinuate themselves into your account and somehow hijack your payout process. There's no other reason that they would care to do that. They're only doing that if they think there's a little bit of money that they could get. And for me, it's not that much. So it's not like they'd be making off with some huge fortune. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I've definitely heard of people doing that. I don't know that it's really like typical internet trolls. I think these are hackers that come out of big call centers in India or Africa or, you know, all over the country, all over the world, Russia, you know, it's all over the darn place. They try really hard. There's all kinds of different internet scams and they try many different ways to get people's money or accounts or identity info. You know, because when you set up for, you know, being paid through YouTube for your monetized videos, you have to give them certain information. And, you know, they would love, all these folks, they would love to get into that. They would love it. Identity thieves and stuff like that, they would love to get that stuff from you. I'm sure they try it all the time. And, I'm sure with some people they probably succeed, but you'd have to be pretty dumb. Like, you really have to be pretty dumb. It's the same thing like with when they, like I just got like a spam email last week from like a fake McAfee thing. And they're like, we just billed your account $300 for reinstating McAfee. And I'm like, I haven't had McAfee in years, so you haven't done that? And it's just they try to get you to click on a link that'll take you through to a call center in Mumbai or somewhere, and then some guy is going to get on there and tell you that you have to give them all your information or your computer will explode or something. You know, and maybe 1 out of 1,000,000 people will believe it and they'll get their credit card information. That's what this is. So don't give up your day job, folks. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So there you have it. I've experienced my first Google hacker attempt. So Moonchild, as we were saying before we were so rudely interrupted, so we were on this. I would take information and communication from this person very carefully. And the outcome on this, I can't even make this up, was the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. You know what that means. I don't even have to tell you. You know, this could be someone that's not completely honest, not completely open. Just be cautious. Make sure they're a real person. Love scams are a big thing. We have the King of Wands. There's the Aries energy. I feel like that's you confronting them. You know, I feel like if they don't tell you the whole truth or they don't tell you everything that you want to know, you're going to be very, very assertive about getting what you want. And I think that you're just going to put it all out there. If you feel like you're not being dealt with honestly, yeah, you're just gonna say, here's what I want, here's what I need to know, and if you can't give it to me, then I'm out of here. Yeah. Five of Swords on the bottom. Yep, that's that cautionary thing. Avoid people who lack integrity or have questionable motives. So I would just be careful around this. I would. Wheel of Fortune on the bottom here, you know. I think you might be making that decision to move this one forward. That's what I think around this one. It is a little weird that all of this stuff sort of happened right as we were getting into that part of this read too. Just say it's a little bit of a odd coincidence, which we know there really aren't coincidences. Oh, let me get a affirmation card on this one. I like this one. I like this one. This is very dragony. Build in breaks. Saunter slowly. I've always said that dragons like to saunter. You know, we saunter. We don't go too fast. We take it one piece at a time. Build in breaks, right? Make some progress, Moonchild, and then take a little break. And then make a little more progress and take a little break, right? Pace yourself. Pace yourself. Not just with this connection, but with any connection, right? It is for you, Transformation Queen. I'll put you on the list. And you know how I am. You know how I am, Moonchild. I will never tell you what to do about anything. You know, right now you might be feeling really on the fence, and that might be part of what's coming, why you're getting cards like that. That might be why you're getting cards like a Seven of Swords, right? Because you might just kind of be going, I'm not so sure. So give it some time. I feel like, you know, time reveals all things. And if this person is a real person and they're honest and they're cool, that's gonna come up. And if they're not, that's gonna come up too. Yeah. And I don't know if in all of the Google drama, I don't know if thank you, Transformation Queen. I've got you on the list. Somebody tried to hack my YouTube and my Google info tonight, so we had a bit of a a bit of a disruption. I had to restart the stream. Certainly was not expecting all that. All right, Cynthia, we have got you up next. And Transformation Queen, you are number 8 on the list. I am on number 3 right now, so I'm just letting y'all know. I'm on Cynthia Nino right now. So let's see what we have got. Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting tonight. Ah, hey Orbicron, good to see you. Good to see you. So, Cynthia, if you are here in the chat, type in your question, please, and we will do your read. Tap into my two from LA. Yeah. Hey there, Corianne. Good to see you. So I'm now officially 100 self-employed, starting new business. Very exciting. I always love to see that. I am a self-employed girl. I recommend it. Even though it's hard, being self-employed brings its own share of challenges, but you can't be fired. You can't fire yourself, you know, right? It brings also a lot of things. We're just coaching. Okay. Okay. Let's see what comes up for you in that. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us what you have for Cynthia Nino regarding her self-employment, her new business. What areas should she focus on? Please, let's see what we've got for her. Thank you so much. Interesting cards, these two. Forgiveness and justice coming off the top here. Not sure what that would relate to, but it might reveal itself later. There might be something that you need to let go of from the past. There might be some old, you know, ick or old resentment or old frustration that just needs to be really flushed away to bring back balance into your life, right? You know, we're about to step into a new moon, and a lot of times when we're having that, you know, old waning moon, there's some things that are being, you know, flushed away. So, very interesting. Thanks for stopping by, Corey Ann. All right, so Cynthia, let's get your past, present, and future around this. I do feel like there was somebody icky from the past. I do. There's something that I think it could have been in an old business or could have been in an old situation where, you know, somebody didn't treat you right or somebody just wasn't right by you, and it may still be bothering you just a little, and it's really time to just completely clear that away, because this Five of Swords can often be people that lack integrity. Yeah, huge betrayal. This is a backstabber. This is the kind of person that, you know, doesn't mind stepping on others to get what they want or to quote unquote get ahead, right? They don't care if they make everyone else the loser so they can be the winner, right? Right. Yeah. So I think that that's a sort of like just letting that go. Let's clarify this Five of Swords, please. Yeah, oh man, I mean, this was like, boy, that wasn't good. Like, look at that tower. But I feel like in a lot of ways, that's what pushed you forward. That's what motivated you. That was that tower moment. That was that moment of revelation and clarity that it was like, I definitely know I got to go in a new direction. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And you had this before come out. Yeah, it makes sense that it would. So right in the center where you are now is the Balance card. This is the same as the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. So definitely you're moving forward. And I do find it interesting that we have, you know, in the future, we have the Four of Swords. Currently we have this Balance card. So it's like balance, balance, balance. You see that like coming through there as a theme that's running through this already. It's very strongly running through this. So I think right now this is about blending the ideas of others with your own to create something unique and powerful. It's successful compromises, power of diversification, patience and balance. So I think in a lot of ways, both are probably correct. Like you said, should I focus on this or should I focus on that? I think, and honestly, you should probably divide your time equally between the two. I think they would both help you because, you know, in the Temperance card, we have 1 foot in the water of emotion, 1 foot on the solid earth of practicality and logic. And is it back because I just got yet another call? I do not know how they are getting through my number, because I have everything turned off. I have all my stuff silenced, and they're still calling with like these numbers with no caller IDs. Jeez Louise. Yeah. If it doesn't work tonight, I might just have to cancel it out and try again tomorrow. This is just I might have to stop putting my numbers up. Like, I have my text number, I have my phone number, you know, on my info, on my public page. I might have to just completely get rid of that and not make my number available to anyone anymore, because if they're going to use my number to do this kind of thing, then that's not cool. Because this is what started it before. Yeah, they're trying to hack my Google account. I've had this happen. This is the fourth call I've gotten, and it stalls out my stream, and like they kept doing it. They did it like 3 times, and I finally just had to restart the stream because it froze. So if this just keeps happening, I'm just gonna have to stop tonight, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. I've still got everybody's name on the list. So like I said, back to you, Cynthia. Yeah, I think that it's a combination of both, and I think it's both using the practical things, like to me the coaching, but then, you know, the social aspect is more intuitive, right? It's more creative. Yeah, they keep calling, and I can't even block the calls, and it just doesn't even have a caller ID, so I can't even block it. All right. This may just keep happening all night. If it keeps happening, I'm just gonna have to stop the stream. So pay 7 of Pentacles on top of this. This is a slow but steady process. It's not going to grow overnight, but it is going to grow. And that's the feeling I have with that. That's a really nice card for building a business. Going into the future, we have the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords is definitely a pacing yourself card. I feel like you might, and this is something that's really hard when you are self-employed, is many times you just want to charge ahead each and every day and burn yourself at the, you know, candle at both ends and just go, 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 go. And, you know, it's kind of telling you, you've got to take some time out, right? You can't just, you know, beat yourself up. You can't do that. You can't work yourself till you have nothing left. So I would absolutely, going into the future with this, Cynthia, you've got to pace yourself. Very important to balance. And the Ace of Pentacles. Aw, because yes, that to me is saying, you know, things are going to work out, but they're going to work out better. They're going to work out better if you take some breaks. You know, things will come up. If you have an iPhone, you can set your phone to not take unknown callers. I've tried. I don't know what I'm not hitting on that, because like I looked at my settings and everything is blocked. Like it shouldn't be letting any phone calls or video calls or anything in, and it still is. So I don't know what the heck that's about. Honestly, I don't think it's anybody that hates me or has a thing in for my channel. I think it's just some asshole that wants my bank information somehow. That's what it is, guys. Let's, you know, don't attribute to malice what can easily be described by stupidity or explained by stupidity. You know, that's all it is. It's just somebody wants my bank info and they're really charging it right now. They're really like, let's get it. Eventually they'll give up. Let me get back into the energy of this. I hate that because it's distraction. Yeah, Cynthia, I really, wow, I feel you. I really feel for you on this, because what this is, you know, it's like the suggested approach, 6 of Wands. Absolutely come at this, come at your business from a place of success, victory, making good decisions, all of that kind of thing. I think you are going to have a lot of successes. It feels very, very good. But on the other hand of this, yeah, and look at that. I think you're going to make a lot of really good associations. I think you're going to have a lot of good alliances, people on your side with the Lovers card. You'll probably meet a lot of really good people that are good for communication, that are good for forwarding your business and promoting you. I think actually, because this is Gemini energy, it's all about good communication. People that can promote you are going to help you a lot. That's important. Like, yeah, conversation, communication, reaching out to other people, and forming alliances is always important. I don't really know, like someone said you can block all these calls from unknown callers, but I have no idea how to do it. I don't see it. Like I'm looking at everything and it looks like I have everything blocked. Yeah, we'll do your reading tomorrow, Marie. I think this is getting out of control. Like they just won't stop, and every time they freaking call me, it yeah, whatever. So the outcome card, Cynthia, 9 of Swords. And this is why I'm saying it's like, this is what you have to battle. This is sort of like that back and forth, because that's the way it is with business, especially when it's all on you, because it is tough. I go through that. It's a back and forth. There's going to be some times when you feel like everything's going your way and things are great and you're just on top of the world. And then there's going to be other times where you are stressing out, losing sleep, feeling like nothing's working. And it's a back and forth seesaw sometimes. If someone knows how to instruct me how to block unknown callers or no caller IDs on an iPhone, please let me know. You can email me, or text something, because they keep calling and every time they do, it stops the stream. So, and if somebody's trying to stop my stream, they may be watching this and realizing, oh, every time I call, it blocks their stream. Yay. It's all no caller ID or unknown caller. If it was coming through from a number, I could block it. It's making me very angry too, but there's nothing I can do about it. There's literally nothing. Maybe somebody is trying to hurt my channel. I mean, sure, they know I've got all these people that have paid for a reading, and they know that if they, you know, destroy my stream, it'll piss everyone off, and, you know, they'll think I'm running some kind of scam, which is, of course, not true, so. What? Fastest way to change is what? I don't understand that. Fresh phone number? Well, I don't have the option of getting a fresh phone number, so. There it is. I'm still tapped into you, Cynthia. I've looked at that phone tab in settings. I've looked at that. Yeah, I didn't see a silence unknown callers. And you turn it on. Where do you go under? 6 of Pentacles is what's on top of this, and that is the balance. That is that back and forth. It's the reciprocity. The thing that I would say about this is that I wouldn't spend time or energy on anyone that doesn't feel like they're giving equal opposite energy to your business or to your interests. Like if you feel like you're helping them out and they never help you out back, I wouldn't bother with it. And I've had that happen plenty of times, like on my... Okay, it should be working now. I was able to go in and block unknown caller IDs, so hopefully it'll stop now. Hopefully it'll stop now. This was very aggravating. I could have got like 3 readings done in the time that I've been playing around with this mess. I'm so sorry, Cynthia. I'm so sorry. But no, I feel like this is very much what you're going to be going back and forth between. And I was just about to say that even on my own channel, I've gone through that where, like, you know, like I'll shout out somebody's channel or I'll, you know, give them a lot of attention, and then like I go on their stuff and they never do the same back for me. So it just, you know, it's like I just recognize that it's like, okay, it's not a big deal, but just don't keep putting more energy into that, because if it's not going to be reciprocal, equal give and take, then you don't need to engage, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me get a affirmation on this for you. But I feel like overall these are really good cards, and I really do feel like you're probably going to make a few very solid alliances here with that Lovers card and the Six of Wands. But you gotta pace yourself. Yes, there we go. Divine drunkenness, surrender to your spiritual reverie. So it's like it's really reminding you to really take some breaks. Take some breaks, because it's not, you know, I mean, if anything, what is self-employment? It's a way to do things where it's more enjoyable, more rewarding, more fulfilling, not having to kill yourself to get things done. So that's really what it is. That's what it is. No, I'm not going to do that, Diana, using the Wi-Fi. No, no, no. No, no. That gets very expensive. That gets very expensive to use your data. Which I think is maybe what you're saying. So I think that'll block the unknown callers, though. Whole Moon Child helped me out with it. I just called her up and I said, help! All right, so Tasha, if you are here, I am ready for you, babe. Jay, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, but I'm thinking you might be about to get blocked. So, general, and if you see this woman, troll of mine, tell all. All right. All right, Tasha Bo, let's see what we have for her. General reading, guys. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, let's see what we have for her. Well, you've got answers and protection. I like both of those. So I do feel like your answers will be getting delivered to you. Whatever it is that you're seeking, I feel like you'll find it. But I also feel like there is an energy of protection around you, which is very, very nice to see. Because I feel like, you know, even if there's someone attacking you, even if there's someone that's trying to come at you, there is going to be like a protective light, you know. And I think that the more that you can, you know, that's always the way I feel. Don't worry so much about, you know, the negative detractions or the attackers or things like that. Focus more on your protective guidance, right? Your ancestors, your angels, that which is around to protect you and keep you from harm. That's always the way it is. Speaking of which, I'm going to spray a little holy water because of what we've been dealing with tonight. Has been ridiculous. And some sage. Yes, we're definitely on edge. So if I see anybody coming in here with a name I don't recognize or hasn't been in the chat before, I'm definitely a little guarded right now because we've had people trying to hack my account all night. So I'm definitely like, yeah, done with that. I'll let Archangel Michael deal with you all. I'll let Archangel Michael sort you guys out. All right, so Tasha, let's get a past, present, future, and some advice on this in the cards, please, for you. Yeah, I do feel like you have to watch out. Certainly. I would definitely do your due diligence of protection. In the immediate past, we have the Two of Cups. In the center, I've got the Knight of Wands. And the future, we have the Five of Swords. Right? So this really, it feels like, I don't know, is this a little bit like a frying pan into the fire kind of feeling? Because I feel like you have jumped, it's like you've left behind one thing, but you might be going towards something else, or feeling like you're going towards something else where you also have to be very careful. What's that feeling? That's that feeling I get around this. Yeah, Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles. I feel like you've been really working hard in the immediate past to balance your personal relationships. You really have, whether they're friendship, family, you know, love interest. And I feel like this is that real balancing act between personal life and career, you know, because of the Cups and the Pentacles, and they're both two, which to me is a balancing act. So in the center right now, you know, in the present, we have this Knight of Wands. I feel like this is that movement forward. It's like, gotta keep going, gotta keep heading in a new direction. It's Sagittarius energy on that card. I would be careful of people that come in like real gung-ho, you know, that are all like real passionate, real fiery, love bombing type stuff. I would be very careful of anything like that. I would keep them at arm's length with that King of Swords. Aquarius energy. I would definitely be careful of that, because this, you know, those kind of people that come on like too good to be true or too much too quick, you know what I mean? That kind of energy, that could be the kind of person that really ends up being, you know, somebody that doesn't have your best interest at heart and really lacks integrity. Yeah, I think you'll make a good choice. I feel like you're very well protected, and I feel like you're standing up for yourself very strongly here with the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries energy, right? That's the Aries. So I do feel like this is kind of the battle-tested warrior. You've been through this before. It's like been there, done that. I don't really think somebody's going to get one over on you, but I'm just giving you that heads up. So let's get a suggested approach and outcome on this. Yeah, Page of Swords. Page of Swords, guys. That's interesting, you know? That's the suggested approach. Keep the lines of communication open, but I always say with the Page of Swords, don't believe just everything you hear, because the positive side of the Page of Swords is that communication is moving, messages are coming, flowing in and out. But the negative side of it is that this guy can be a little immature. So I would say, don't believe idle gossip. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. That's what I say with a Page of Swords. Don't engage in idle gossip either, right? You know, don't let that sink you down. And there's that Knight of Wands again, you know? I'm just telling you, there might be some kind of personality that comes on super strong in your life, and they might be making all the moves and very charismatic and really seem, you know, like they're just bowling you over. Be careful about that. Be very careful about that kind of person. Oh my goodness. That's crazy feeling. Outcome card is the Dreamer. That's the same as the Fool card. So yes, to me, this is the new start. This is the leap of faith. This is, you know, but I would be very careful with this, taking this leap. Oh, thank you, Moonchild and Silver Star, for those donations. Y'all are so sweet. Moonchild, that's how I feel tonight. I feel like I gotta punch, like we're like a bunch of, everybody was kung fu fighting. That chat was fast as lightning. We are. I feel like we're a bunch of ninjas in here having to like knock these people out. Oh my goodness. So Tasha, I would definitely say there's one side of this where I would, you know, be very on guard, because I do feel like there are people around you or in your space that may not be who you really need to be around. And I really wouldn't listen to idle chit chat, idle gossip. And if somebody comes into your life that just seems too good to be true, they probably are, right? They probably are. And I feel like what you really need to go for is the true love, the true stuff, right? The Ace of Cups, the Fool card, you know, taking the leap of faith towards the things that are really the best outcomes, right? Don't even start with that. Chris Farley, the Beverly Hills Ninja. I love that. I loved Chris Farley. Oh my gosh. Oh, such a sweetie. The poor guy. Oh, such a personality. The Aquarius, right? Yeah, and look at this. Look at this, Tasha. On the bottom, again, another classic card of narcissist and energy thieves is our Seven of Swords, but there is our Six of Wands. So I feel like you do have um you have victory over these kind of people here. Notice this again and again. Yeah. There's victory over these kind of people. I feel like in a lot of ways, whoever is coming into your life, like right now or recent or, you know, in the recent near future, they're almost like a test. It's almost like, all right, let's see what you've learned. Do you know how to stay away from these kind of people that would just take advantage of you? And I feel like ultimately, you know, it's like what you've really got to embrace, you know, is this, right? It's that trusting soul that we all want to be, right? That's what we really want. We want to be that trusting soul that's able to be vulnerable enough to let real love in, right? But I think that you're being put through your paces a little bit right now to just really seek your own counsel, get those answers that you need around who's in your life, and protect yourself as well as possible. But I think you are protected as well. This is nice. I mean, it's really, it's like, I feel like you're really in that place of learning who you can trust and learning who you should, you know, deflect. And it definitely is a learning curve. It is. You know, when you're an empathic person, when you're spiritual, when you're emotional, when you're vulnerable, right? It's easy to get hurt. It's just the way it is. And so we really have to learn to be enlightened empaths, right? That don't just fall for anybody that's trying to take our good energy and leave us with nothing. Let's get you an affirmation. Right, right. Look at this. You are invited. You are invited. Suit up, show up, and open up. So there you are. I feel like, you know, it's like you can be both. You can be both. You can be protected. You can honor your own energy and have very strong personal boundaries. And at the same time, be open to the right people. That's the key. That's the key. Again, it's a balance. It's a balance thing. Thank goodness thank goodness Moonchild showed me how to block those darn calls. I think we're good now. Yeah, it's like I don't answer those kind of calls ever, like the unknown callers. I just, oh. All right. Constance. Folks, thank you so much for your patience tonight with all this chicanery, with all this nonsense. Constance, I'm going to grab myself another drink with some ice. So, yes, baby goat to the rescue. Ooh, get those horns. I'm going to get something to drink, and I will be right back. So, Constance, type your question in. right. Getting into the hard stuff now. I got my ginger ale. That's a stiff drink for me. That's good too. All right. Question is similar to Cynthia. I'm a business owner. I'm struggling, barely staying above water. Will my business ever be successful and turn around? That's a big one. That's a big one, guys. This has been a tough week. I'm going to tell y'all that. I don't know what's up, but like my eBay store has been extremely slow. I know that comes partly with the summer and the holidays here. That's definitely a thing that affects business like that. So you do have to take those kind of things into consideration. But boy, I feel you on this. I do. And Constance, you can share whatever your like if you have you know, want to share your like sun, moon, rising sign, astrology info, you don't need to, but I will take it into consideration if you do. Because I am an astrologer, as you know, so I will include that into the read if I know your basic stuff. All right, divine angels, beings of light, guardians, ancestors. Let's see what we have going on for Constance in the chat. Let's see what's going on with her business. Any answers that you can bring through for her? Whatever that she needs to know, always appreciated. What will happen with her business if you can help us out there? Okay. So do you work, if you work from home, the home is coming up very strongly. And it may also be saying, if you don't already do your business from home, you might want to move it into your home to save money. That's just something, right? Oh, that's okay. You're a Taurus. No problem. And the psychic abilities card is on the bottom of the deck. So I also feel that this is a little bit of an intuitive thing, right? You have to kind of use your intuition, use that ability to, you know, perceive, trust, understand the cycles that you're dealing with. So let's get into your tarot. There really is like this home base energy. I don't know what that is for you, Constance. So in the immediate past, I feel like there's been a lot going on. This is the Eight of Wands. So this is a lot of action, a lot of movement, maybe taking on a little bit too much. And there is stress from doing too much work. Sometimes this is a real need to relax. And you may need to simplify. You know, you may need to simplify. And maybe not take on quite as much onto your plate. Just because somebody asks you to do something doesn't mean that you have to do it, right? You can say no. Let's see a clarifier on this. Eight of Cups at the same time. So I feel like you probably are already feeling this way. Like you're really contemplating leaving something behind. And I feel that if it's become too much for you to handle or manage, it's not wrong, right? It's not wrong to let it go or to change it in some way or take a break, you know, and try doing something different. In the center right now, I feel like you really just want to relax. And it's actually, it's actually really a good idea. And it may feel like completely counterintuitive to you. But I feel like the more that you stress out over this, the harder it gets. And so this is really almost, you know, encouraging you to kind of let your hair down, hang out with your friends. Don't get so, because I know how that is when you're running your own business, because you're in it all the time and it's really hard to leave it at home when you work from home. It's not easy. Like this last 4 days or so, like I completely like checked out and I was like, I'm not going to do any work. And it's really hard to not do any work when you work from home because it's always there. Like you're always like, but I could. It's like, but don't, goat. Just don't. All right. And you Taurus folks, you're just as stubborn as those Capricorns. You know, you're hard workers. You want to get things going. You're always moving things forward. And you're very stubborn a lot of the time. That's the one thing I'd say to both Capricorn and Taurus. We are such stubborn earth signs. And so it is important to take a look at things from a different perspective sometimes, or ask for somebody's help. Sometimes you might want to ask your friend or ask, you know, someone that you feel could be helpful to you, because they may be able to see it from a totally different perspective than you. Yeah, to me, this is really tough. It's like you've got to let go and take a leap of faith here. You know, right now, that's what the energy is really calling for, is to not get so stressed, so worried. Because that's the thing, you know, that's always the thing. Your partners are doing really well. Well, are you able to reach out to them? Like, would you be able to get advice or help or work in tandem or together? Because I feel like that might really be the thing that you need. But there is something very home-centered for you. There really is. There's something that feels very home-centered. And this could also be tapping into whatever, like looking at what they're doing, what's successful for them, or what is it that you feel like maybe they're doing that you're not doing that you could apply to what you're doing. I'm certainly not above trying, you know, things that I see other people doing that are successful for them, right? And it doesn't mean it'll always work for you, but why not try it out? What do you got to lose, right? Going into the immediate future, there is this Chariot card coming in. So I really do feel like there is this movement forward. To me, this is a card of success and victory. And it is a little bit of a learning curve. So there could be things that maybe you just haven't employed or haven't learned or haven't put forward yet. Let me get a clarifier on this for you. Queen of Swords. And I do feel, I mean, there's things that you have to leave behind, and then there's also things that you may be bringing in. But I do feel like there's a bit of simplification here as well. Like if you try a different tactic or you do something new, I wouldn't necessarily say that you want to add it on to everything else, because I feel like you're already overwhelmed and you're already needing to take a step back from that. And the Queen of Swords is all about cutting things out of your life that no longer work or no longer serve you. People say stubborn, just very determined, right? And that's how it feels. That's how it feels to us earth signs, right? But the only thing that gets us into trouble, you know, as earth signs, we're very methodical people. And so we're very much like, if something's worked before, we just tend to keep going and going and going at it instead of stopping and trying something new. And so that's the thing you don't want to get stuck in. I'm new to this business, so still a lot to learn. Yeah, I mean, that to me, there is a learning curve to things like that. So let's get some advice. Let's get a suggested approach and outcome here. Wow. I mean, I feel, just looking at these cards, these feel really good. Suggested approach is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a Leo queen. And it's a very bright, happy, generous, open-hearted, warm, engaging, very magical, knows how to make things happen. So, you know, part of it is like turning up your personality, right? It's belief in yourself. It's embracing good self-confidence and healthy self-esteem and worth. And again, it even says it on the card, the need for balance between career and personal life. So if it's been all work and no playtime and no fun, you got to have some balance in there. Because when you just stress yourself out and it's all work, work, work all the time, yeah. And I'm a Capricorn and I'm saying that. We love to work. We love to work. But even I know when I gotta rest, my goat boat. Yeah, and here we go. On top of the suggested, right? Temperance, here we go. That's a need for balance. Yet again, in the Queen of Wands, it's a need for balance between, work and personal life. The outcome card is the 10 of Pentacles. So I really feel like that is such a beautiful outcome card when it's a question of money or business. I feel like there is long-term success in this, but the thing is, it could take some time, right? It could take some time. And if you feel like you're really stressed, I don't know what kind of work it is. I mean, there's a lot of energy around home. I don't know if it's real estate or things like that, but there's a lot of home energy here. Or banking, right? Financial institutions, because this can also come up around like the 10 of Pentacles. But I do feel like if it's just stressing you out and becoming more of a source of stress than of happiness and fulfillment, yeah, you might want to take a back step and just go get a little part-time job or something and just do something else to just distract your mind from it so that you're not obsessing over it in any negative way, right? It's that thing, the watched pot never boils, and it's so hard to maintain that, hon. I know. I'm preaching to the choir on this one, because I know what that's like, where, if things are slow, money's slow to come in, you're getting stressed, you got bills to pay, blah, blah, blah. And it's one of those things, but the more that you get stressed about it, the harder it is to be in that flow of abundance, right? Insurance, yeah, okay. I knew it had to be some kind of money thing. But Two of Wands, is also on there. So I feel like you may have opportunities to try something different if you want to, you may. Or you may get everything that you want to get out of this, and then you may move on, right? You may say, okay, I got what I needed there. Let's open a new door. Let's turn a new page. Oh, and yeah, Two of Wands on the bottom as well. And the Tower. So there is a lot of movement. There is a lot of movement here, guys. Right now, I know it goes against your grain, but you are going to have to relax. You're going to have to relax, go with the flow. You need to let your hair down just a little bit, even if it's just for a couple days, right? Right. Okay. Sometimes people think you're a scammer. Huh. And you're not. That's interesting. I would give yourself a minute to reset. I just would. I know that seems completely counterintuitive, but I would give to you probably, but I would give yourself a moment to reset. And I would simplify as much as possible, because I feel like if you're taking on too much, or you've been taking on too much, you need to step it back a little bit so that you don't just like crash from the stress. It's, Wow. You got a big picture question coming out. What would your higher self do? Wow. What would your higher self do? And you also had the psychic abilities card that came into, right? It's hard to come at it from that viewpoint when you're dealing with the real world stuff of having to pay the bills and the rent and the mortgage. It is, My feeling, though, with this overall, though, I do feel like things will be okay in the end. I really do. Like, I don't get a bad feeling from this. That, there's no cards here of financial ruin. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite, But I think a lot of it is simplifying, being willing to relax a little bit and de-stress, come at it with fresh eyes. Because if you don't, it's like you run that risk of burnout. And you can get burnout even on things that you love. That's true. You know, you can get burnout even on things that you love. Right. Well, we fear, you know, when you're self-employed, or you feel like it's kind of all on you to do it, sometimes you fear that taking a break will destroy you, but it's actually sort of the opposite. And that's that's a whole thing. I've gone through that plenty of times. Yeah, where you feel like, you know, maybe Moonchild, maybe. But keep us updated, Constance. We always love to hear what's going on with folks. We are a real supportive chat, so we're always here to listen and weigh in on you know, what we feel or perceive for you. But yeah, there's a lot of questions of that right now, you know, about self-employment and working through these things. But hang in there. Hang in there. And, you know, again, we can only take it one day at a time. So I think Marie Henson, I think she's going to put her reading off to another time. So I think we deferred her to the next live stream, so she'll be number 1 on my list next time. So the next 2 people I have on the list are Dehana and after her Transformation Queen. And I could take like maybe one more after that if there's like one more person wanting one. Oh, thanks, Constance. I appreciate that. Yeah, and you know, I mean, it's always one of those things, you know, with cards, it really does reflect what you're going through at the time. Purposely step away from the haircut and go get products, so when we came back, if we missed something, we were able to see it then. Yeah, it's very true, Silver Star, because if you stare at something too long, like, it's like almost like you can't see it anymore. It's that same thing about like you're looking for something that you can't find, and then it's like right in front of you, and you say, "Oh, if it had been a snake, it would have bit me." Yeah. Yeah. Oh. We've had to hear that a lot this week, you know? Confusion between 2 people. In my current dreams, I can see what is happening into my ex life, and sometimes I feel is something strong between us, but he decided to go and I meet someone new. Or so you're kind of like, I'm trying to understand the question. It does look a relationship question. So still maybe having feelings for the ex, but now you've met someone new and you're kind of going, well, I don't know about that. Is that kind of what it is, sort of feeling? It'll come up in the cards, even if I'm a little confused. Ariel, do some tuning forks, please. Okay. Yeah, I think we do need some. Let me get my root chakra fork out here too. And maybe also my the solar. Let's do that. And oh yeah, some third eye action. Let's do some third eye. Yeah, we need that third eye cleaned out after everything that people have been hitting us with tonight. I love that A. This real high one, the third eye. God, that feels good. I just want to like put it right there. So nice. Whew, that feels good. Oh, I know, I know. It's so true, Silver Star. What is going on? It's been nuts. It's been nuts. Something in the air. You're making me feel like Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. Oh. All right. That feels good. Thanks for the recommend to hit the tuning forks. Yeah, it definitely helps. It always does. I'm gonna take my bathrobe off, so it's getting warm in here. It's getting warm. All right. You are welcome, hun. So basically it's a question of one or the other kind of thing in the relationship situation. That's kind of what I'm pulling on. So that's what I've kind of got out of what you typed. So we'll ask about your relationship situation. We'll see what comes out. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, please show us what you have for today, Hannah. Going on in her love or relationship life, anything that she needs to be made aware of, any messages that she needs for her highest good. Thank you so much. That's very nice. It's a really nice card coming out as blessings. So I feel like no matter what's going on in the situation, I do feel like the right things will happen. When a card like that comes up, I feel like there's a blessed spirit. There's just a general sense of goodwill. That's what that feels like to me. I would definitely like start to just put that intention out there that no matter what happens, let it be what's meant to be. And I really do feel that way especially when it comes to love. I mean, I feel that way with everything in life, but especially love, because it's one of those things that's beyond our control, right? Because everyone has free will and everyone is free to do what they want in the relationship. All we can really control is what our actions are and how we react to other people's actions. So I would say that always, when you put out intentions around love or around romance, relationships, friendships, etc., it's like I always ask for the right thing to happen for all people, involved, whatever is the best possible outcome. So let's get into a past, present, future layout for you on this. That's interesting. That's interesting. We got that. So in the immediate past, we have the Knight of Cups. I do feel like this is sort of that love energy coming in towards you or around you. This could be a new love interest, someone that kind of sweeps you off your feet. And so it does make you wonder, is this for real or is it too good to be true? So let's get a clarifier on that Knight of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, you're trying to be very practical around this. Because to me, it's like, here comes lover boy, and the Queen of Pentacles is my little Capricorn queen. So she's sitting there like, I don't know, can I trust this offer? Can I trust this coming in towards me? And she's going to be very careful. Also, I would say with the Queen of Pentacles energy, this does give me a good feeling because it makes me feel like the love offer you're receiving or conversely giving is coming from a good place. Hey, Ms. Mindful. Hey, Jules. Let's take a minute to say hi to you. I already mentioned it earlier, but yet again, thank you so much for the beautiful new banner on my page. Thank you so much for that. So in the center, Dehana, that I dream with him more than anybody in my life, but my ex left, but he says he still loves me. Well, he can still love you, but do you still like him? I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, it takes two to tango. Takes two to tango. So if you know, if you still feel for him, that's your business. But if it's only one-sided, then that's not going to work, right? And I mean, if somebody still loves you and wants to be with you, it kind of like, you know, actions speak louder. If they say they love you, but yet they leave you, it's like, huh? I don't know, that makes sense. It doesn't make any sense, right? So I feel like in the present energy, you have this Ace of Pentacles, which makes me feel like you're definitely trying to do the logical thing. We also see that with the Queen of Pentacles. You're definitely a little bit more about what's practical, not so much what's intuitive right now. Even though the intuition is there, I think you are really trying to come more from a solid place and say, you know, what's actually going to have the best success or long-term success coming into the future. I feel like that's very much what you are thinking about right now. King of Wands. Yeah, and I feel like also you're very determined on just getting what you want. Like, and you might be, you know, pursuing a career, you might be pursuing you know, a new course of study or school or something like that. You might be really on that path to going where you want, you know, on that career level, on that personal growth level. And the King of Wands feels that way too, because this is very Aries. It's very self-determining. It's like, I don't care if you're in my way. I'm going to walk right around you and keep going towards what I want. So I feel like that's a very good thing. I feel like you are considering yourself here. And if you're not, you should be, right? That's the advice on that. Is you've got to do what's right for you. You've got to do what's right for you. Because if you don't, if you only do what's right for someone else and it's not right for you too, it's not going to make them happy in the long run anyway. Yeah. In the immediate future, we have Page of Wands, and that is a beautiful card of new beginnings. It's happy, it's joyful, it's childlike innocence and wonder, vitality and new life returning. So I kind of feel like in the end, it's more likely at this point in time anyway, that you will choose the new beginning rather than to backtrack and go towards something old that maybe didn't work so well in the past. That's just my feeling. Because you got the King of Wands, some Aries energy, Page of Wands, more Aries energy. To me, this is going towards something that feels new, fun, exciting, just makes you feel happy. Just makes you feel more happy again. Yeah, and the Five of Wands. You might battle yourself a little bit about this, right? You might battle yourself a little bit about this. I do have a feeling like you're gonna really consider for a while which way is the best way. Yeah. It's a lot of fire energy on this, a lot of fire and a lot of earth. You know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, very strong Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like in a lot of ways, I feel like I see you balancing between, you know, wanting to plan for long-term success and also having that feeling of impulse, like I just want what I want, right? Let's get a couple of advice cards on this. Yeah, I really do feel you're gonna do what makes you the most joyful, the most happy. The suggested approach is the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is all about going towards wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, the things that make you happy, trying to manifest the things that really give you joy. It's, to me, just that's kind of a no-brainer. I feel like you really are focused on what it is you truly want, and if you aren't, you should be, because this is what works out best in the end. Because if you just go be with somebody just because they're sad without you and you're not really feeling it for them, they're gonna know it. It's not really gonna make them happy if they know you're just with them out of some sort of pity. Ace of Swords. And I do feel you should also just seek clarity, right? Seek clarity. The Ace of Swords coming in is a big sign of victory, success, you know, seeing clearly through anything that's been confusing in the past. Communicate clearly your wishes and desires, right? Say exactly what you want, exactly what you need, and then listen to what comes back to you. You're gonna get the answer, even if you may not like it every time, but it's like, just, you know, just the truth. Just tell me the truth, right? Tell them the truth and demand that they give you the truth. But the outcome card, potential outcome, is the Ace of Wands. And so yet again, I mean, we've got King of Wands, Five of Wands, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. There's a lot of fire going on in this reading. So I do feel ultimately, at least at this point, I think you're going to choose what makes you feel excited, happy, bold, what makes you feel excited about life again, right? That's what you're going to go towards. Even if you tussle over it. And look at this. You have got so much fire and earth going on here and so many aces on this reading. It's blowing my mind. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles on top of the Ace of Wands. I feel what you really want is the balance. You want to have stability, long-term success, you know, partner for life kind of energy, but you also want something that's happy and fun and flirty and sexy and good. Like, you want that fiery passion as well. You really do want the whole enchilada. Like, you are not willing to go half measures on this. Like, you want the whole deal. The whole deal. Like, you're not willing to settle for less. That's very true. Oh my goodness. And look at this. I mean, it just doesn't stop. King of Wands is here again on the bottom. Judgment card is here again. Yes, you are dealing with someone coming back from the past. Yep, you're definitely dealing with that. But you got this King of Wands here twice. You got all this fire. You know, I feel like this fire energy is just very overwhelming, you know. I feel like you're really going to follow your passion and what it is that you want, but you still have your foot in that side of practicality, you know. I don't know what your sign is. Are you an earth sign? Because there's a lot of earth. There's a lot of fire. You said he's a Sagittarius, but Sagittarius is, you know, a fire sign for sure. Curious to see what she says about the signs involved, because this is a powerful reading. I've never seen anything quite like that. Not in a minute. No, I think you Scorpio, yeah, that makes so much sense. Of course you don't want things halfway. Scorpios want it all the way or not at all. You're gonna go for what makes you feel the most passionate, Because Scorpios want the good sex and they want the good money. They want both. Big time. Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting combo there. So we'd love to see more of you and let us know how this all turns out. But I do feel that ultimately you're going to do the thing that makes you feel the best of both worlds. And I feel like if you don't have that, you'll pass on all of it. That's the way I feel with this. You're holding out for someone that gives you all of the goods, you know? And I don't blame you for that. I would too. That's the way I feel. Yeah, totally hold out for that. It could be power struggles, sure. But I think when you have a Scorpio involved, there's always those power dynamics come up. Yeah. Hey there, Amy. Good to see you. This is a powerful reading. I really, really like it because the cards are so consistent in here. Hey there, Colin. We got our night owls popping in to say hi. That's awesome. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Because Scorpio is the ultimate power sign. Scorpio is the most powerful sign of the zodiac. That's why they're my favorite sign to teach about and talk about. They're very interesting. Scorpio males can. But, you know, it's like, the thing that I will say about that, Fred King, is that, you know, Scorpios, they have a lot of power, and it's a tough job. It's a tough job being a Scorpio, because they can embody the best or the worst of human nature. That's why they're so fascinating. To me, Scorpio, it's like the old little cartoon. I always say this about like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. That's Scorpio. They can make the choice between those two things. And I tell you, they can rise to the heights. That's why one of their animal symbols is the eagle. Or they can descend into the depths of jealousy and revenge and all those really unsavory things, right? But a Scorpio, a high vibing Scorpio, is like the best thing you've ever seen. They're amazing, they're insightful, they're healing, they're deep, and very profound. And so, you know, if you're a high vibing Scorpio, whew, hold out for the best. Hold out for the best, because you can get what you want. That's what I tell Scorpios. You can get what you want. Be careful what you wish for, because you probably will get it. Scorpios have a very magnetic quality. They know how to magnetize their desires right there, right? They know how to bring it. They know how to bring it, guys. My Scorpio folks, I love you. I love my Scorpios. Capricorns can understand Scorpios real well. We're a sextile to that sign. I know. Jacqueline, woot woot. She's going to join us again soon. She will. She will be joining us again soon. But the reason, you know, Scorpio and Capricorn have some similarities, because both of them can be quite shy at first about opening up to new people. They can be. They can be real, you know, they take a minute. Your new person is Capricorn. See, there you go. That's a great combination. There's all, now see, there's where all that earth junk was coming from. That's where all that earth stuff was coming from. It's the Capricorn. Now she tells me it's the Capricorn. It says, you know, Ace of Pentacles. You got all those earth cards in there. You know, that's where the practicality comes in. Queen of Pentacles is a Capricorn queen. You know, that is a Capricorn card. Capricorn power card. So you definitely bringing in the Capricorn. Yeah, earth junk. That is some earth junk. That's good stuff. It's good junk, but it's earth junk. Yeah, doom and gloom. Scorpio and Capricorn are definitely doom and gloom. They really are. Keep that in mind. Scorpio is doom. Capricorn is gloom. Scorpio says, you're all gonna die. And Capricorn says, and you had it coming. That's the truth. It can be a very successful union, Capricorn and Scorpio, because they do tend to be able to unlock those very secret compartments in each other's psyche. They really do. It can be very powerful. Scorpios are a lot, and not just anyone can handle them. But Capricorns have very good stamina and wherewithal. We can handle them better than most. We really can. But it's not easy. Yeah, I do love all the zodiac signs. I agree with you, Transformation Queen. Scorpio tends to be a little bit of a personal fave. A little bit. I do like that sign. It's real fun to talk about. But all of them are pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, Scorpios are very sexual and they're very psychological, you know. Scorpios rule the reproductive systems in the body, and they're also ruled by Pluto, which deals with those cycles of, you know, death, sex, rebirth, resurrection, you know. And sexuality is imperative. Good sexuality is imperative to a Scorpio in a relationship. If they aren't having a good sexual union, they're not going to be happy. It's just really, it's huge for them. Cousin Scorpio, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they do definitely. I would say, you know, Scorpio people, they will keep secrets that some people will simply never, ever know. They will. My dad was like that. Oh, no! I will never say that I hate any sign. You will never hear me do it. I will not disparage like that. Nope. I will just simply tell you that there are the high vibing ones and the low vibing ones, and that's the truth. There's pros and cons to every sign, and when any sign is coming from a good place, they're awesome. Leos are very sexual. Oh my word. Yes. Yeah, they are. They're too much for me. I dated a Leo many moons ago. I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. But, you know, male Leos too, like, they just want to sleep, eat, and have sex. That's like Leo. They're actually pretty easy to please. I will say that. They are. You just give them what they like. They're like, I'm a happy cat. Oh, yeah. Now everybody's weighing in on who's the biggest freak of the zodiac. I would say, though, speaking from the Capricorn perspective, not to open a can of worms, but Capricorns are extremely randy little beings. We are. But not for just anyone. Not for just anyone. We're extremely picky. But when you unlock the key to us, we will go all day. You know that gets back like to, oh, I mean, Capricorn, it's the goat. The satyr is the goat. The goat's always chasing the girls, right? The goat's always horny little randy critter. Yeah. They're traditionally known for it. The bacchanalia, right? They're just, you know, they're getting their groove on. But they're very, very conservative on the outside. And not just anyone can do it. No, sorry, Fry King, you don't. You don't have the key to me. Sorry. But, you know, try again. But no, it's very particular with Capricorns. That's all I just know that because I know myself real well. And sometimes Scorpios do have that key with them. They do. I was in an intense relationship with Scorpio, and that part of it was very nice. That part of it was good, but the drama was not good. Ooh, the drama was not good. No. So yeah. But yes, Scorpios, y'all are a lot. We love you, but you're a lot. But, you know, I like people that are a lot. So, no, well, the outcome that I feel, Dehana, right now, you've got that, Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles was your outcome cards. I am going to pull an affirmation for you, too. But I do feel like you're going to make, I don't know if you're going to make a decision just yet. You might take your time with it, but I do feel that if you feel fired up about this Capricorn, you're going to go with it. Because what I feel more is that you want something that's new. And if it was the Sagittarius that ran off on you, who cares if they still saying they love you? If they left, actions speak. Actions speak. Get on down the road, you know. But I feel, you know, a good Capricorn is great. A good Capricorn, we are not fair weather friends. We are there for you in a pinch, come hell or high water. We are not fair weather people. Other people might desert you. Capricorn will still be sitting right there. That's right. We thrive in adversity. People challenge us. Things challenge us. We just come back stronger. Exactly. Do their actions speak the same language as their words? I do feel like you're going to mull this over for a while. I do, because that was in there. I do feel like you're going to take your time making the decision. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to really do or need to do what makes you feel happy and revitalized and joyful and feels like there's a real potential to it, right? Scorpios don't do things halfway. They just don't do things halfway. So if you get a sense from somebody that they're just there to play around, they're not really serious, you're not going to stick around for it. Unless you just want to play around too, you know, and that's fine, right? But if you want something serious that's going to be long lasting and long term, that's what you're going to go for. Maybe your Capricorn is broken. Ooh, I like your affirmation card, Dehana. There's no place like home. Nestle into the sweetness. I'm going to tell you, I would pick whoever feels like home to you. Whoever makes you feel comfortable, like you can be yourself, like you can see yourself living with them. And that's what I'm going to say at it for now. Yeah. You know, as it progresses, there's probably going to be more. But that's where you are right now with it. Of course, if there's a lot of emotion going on, you know, Capricorns can kind of back off. Yeah, sometimes they can be kind of stony. And to me, that's the negative side of a Capricorn. They can be real stony. If people get real emotional or like, you know, over the top, or if it feels dramatic, they can be real, they can just shut down because they don't know how to deal with it. I've gone through that before. Yeah, it's so true. You know, I'm not that kind of person, but then I got a lot of Pisces in my chart. I've got 4 planets in Capricorn, but I got a lot of Pisces, so I will stick with somebody even if they're emotional, for sure. Um, but um, but yeah, I've certainly known my share of Capricorns who could just be stony. Oh yeah, they can be very stoic. They can really, you know, not show much emotion. That's true. That's true. Oh my. I'm sorry to hear that. So Dehana, I hope that helped clear up a little bit for you. But definitely come back and let us know. Let us know. Is the dreams about the Sagittarius? Who are they about? Yeah. But see, Dehana, as somebody who's spiritual and has been through my share of spiritual relationships or regular ones too, I can absolutely tell you that you can't control those dreams. Sometimes they're thinking about you, sometimes they're putting that energy out there and it's finding you in the astral plane. It's okay, you know? I sometimes have dreams about exes that I have absolutely no intention of getting back together with, and really, I wouldn't even pick up the phone if they called me, right? It's just take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Just because you're dreaming about them doesn't mean you're supposed to be with them. You know, just because they're visiting you on the astral plane doesn't mean that they're supposed to be part of your real life world. Just take it as it feels, you know. Don't take it too heavy. Or write the dream down, revisit it later and kind of think, what was that about, you know? I've learned over time not to take those kind of things so heavily, right? I tell them in that dream, leave me alone. Like that transformation. Sometimes I have had that kind of dream where I'm like, why are you here? What you doing? This is my dream. Get out of here. Thank you, Silver Star, sweetheart. We got just one more. I'm doing Transformation Queen. She is my number 8 tonight. Which is perfect because, you know, Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, right? Ah, you see future in your dreams. Interesting. I would just write it down, and, you know, I mean, how regularly do these futures come to pass, right? You know, that's something I would take into consideration too. Yeah. But I loved your cards. I mean, the cards were great. The cards were great, Dehana. None of them were bad. So I really feel like you're going to do what's right for you in the end. It may take you a while to sort it all out. Yeah. But I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like you actually had a great reading. I think you just want to make the right choice. You do. You just want to do the right thing, and that's a good thing, right? But just remember, I believe that the right thing will shake out, even if it takes a while. You know, the right one for you will be with you no matter what we do. You can't mess it up. You can only delay it, you know. I really do believe that. That's why, you know, that's what helps me when I'm stressed out about relationship or love. It helps me to remember that the right thing is going to happen no matter what, right? Oh, I hope so, Silver Star. I'll check it again, either before I go to sleep or tomorrow when I get up, and we'll figure it out. Y'all are awesome. All right. We got Transformation Queen in the house. That's a great screen name for a Scorpio. That's really it. You sliding into my 8th house. What you doing here? She's all up in my 8th house over here. Scorpions. Ah, I love my scorpions. All right, let's see what we've got for you, sweetheart. I can't wait to see what comes out. Let's see what we pull. He said we'll do a general reading. You know it's going to give you what you're meant to see. You know it will. All right. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, please show us our fabulous transformation queen here, what she's got going on, anything she needs to be made aware of for her highest good. Please show us what you have for her tonight. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, like, darn, girl. All right, so the first card that came up off the top was confidence, and on the bottom was empowerment. Look at that. Look at this. Isn't that great? So to me, I mean, yeah, this is like, I feel like this is you just stepping into your power, stepping into your, you know, greater self-worth, ascending higher. I love the wings here because it, like we talked about, one of the symbols of Scorpio is the eagle, and I feel like that's the rising higher, you know? That's when Scorpio ascends. They become that eagle. They really do. And I tell you, I've known both kinds of Scorpios in my life. I've known the really wonderful ones and the really, really awful ones. There's not a lot of in between. And I would say that that's true with Capricorn as well. Like when they're good, they're really, really good. And when they're bad, they are horrible, right? You know, that's really true. But boy, when a Scorpio goes to the next level, when they're in their power, they're just amazing. They're just amazing. So let's get into your tarot, hon. Let's see what comes up. Wow. You are going to the next level here. What a nice feeling. Immediate past. Immediate past is the dreamer. This is the same as the Fool card. So I feel that you have really taken a leap of faith in the past. Like you've really had to learn. And I'm sure it hasn't always been the best feeling. Was this feeling like I've just got to trust. I've just got to trust the divine. I've just got to take the next step, take the next leap of faith, do the thing that, you know, that I'm being guided to do. Hasn't been easy every time, but it's definitely like you've had to really put those fears aside again and again to keep making that choice, to keep trusting and keep taking the next step. I love the Fool card. And I think as well, you've also got this feeling of Four of Swords, right? I feel like you have been pacing yourself. And I think you're also kind of, you're definitely learning to take those times out when you need to, because this is a lot of fighting. You know, when you're fighting those hard battles, you know, and like we said, Scorpio is either on or off. And it's hard for them to find that middle ground. But when they find the middle ground, it's really positive for them. So I feel like you've done a lot of work on that, Transformation Queen. You've really put a lot of effort and energy into pacing yourself. Because to me, this is action and then this is rest. Action and rest. And I feel like you've learned. You've learned a lot how to pace those dynamics for you. Right in the center, present energy. There it is, King of Wands. To me, that's stepping up and getting what you want, going and taking the lead, stepping into leadership roles, greater self-empowerment, greater self-esteem, self-worth increasing. It's a motivational and inspiring figure, right? To me, that's some Aries energy. That's how I always feel with it, King of Wands. Exactly. You have to step, and that's what the Four of Swords is. It's a meditative quality. It's that place of rest. And it's very important. It's very important for you to have that downtime because, you know, just like anyone, you can burn yourself out, you know, and Scorpios can because they're so intense, right? Their fire can burn so intensely. So keeping your eyes on the big picture is favored. Communicate your vision to others. Don't be too sensitive to criticisms or critiques that you receive. But I really feel like, yeah, this is very fiery. Very nice. What'd you say? Aries, Pisces moon right on the cusp. Yeah. Seven of Cups. I'd say the only challenge you might have is that there's a lot of things on your plate. Lots of things to consider. You may almost feel overwhelmed. You may have some decisions you've got to make. Because this sometimes says that you've really got to investigate all your options because you've got quite a few of them that you could take. Going into this next card into the immediate future is the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is really positive, obviously. To me, this is following those goals. It's the hand of spirit helping you to manifest things too. This could be, you know, applying for jobs, applying for schools, going to school, taking classes or courses, getting promotions, you know, anything that feels like it's furthering you on your earth walk. To me is always, you know, it's that feeling of like things are coming in for you. Or you just know where to go. You're like, yeah, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right track. I'm going that way. Knight of Swords, you got a lot on your mind. This is the only thing that I would say is your challenge, hon, is that, you know, like with the Four of Swords, you have to take that purposeful downtime. Seven of Cups and the Knight of Swords is really, it's a lot going on mentally, emotionally. You may feel a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes it may take the form of anxiety or nervousness in general. And so it's important to communicate out what you feel. I would always say that's true for Scorpio anyway, because you do have a lot of feelings. I mean, you have a lot of things, and finding, you know, a way to express it, you know, it's important to let it out. Because the Knight of Swords comes in with a lot of information, a lot of things it wants to say, a lot of rapid communication. Going into the suggested approach, let's see what we've got. What? Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I love it. I love it. The 10 of Swords is the suggested approach. So I feel like this is really about you leaving behind a difficult, challenging old cycle. You've got your luggage packed. You're leaving those swords at the door and taking off. This can be an end of a really challenging time. It's the end of a situation that can bring a combination of sadness but also relief. It's an opportunity for new happiness. It's a weight off your shoulders. It's recovery from betrayals or old wounds, feeling stabbed in the back, stuff like that. It can be the end of addictions or illness. It's a great card because it really shows that you've completed a challenging cycle. So keep going, right? That's the advice on that, is to keep going. And look at this. Yes, suggested approach, making your plans. There's our Virgo energy on that Knight of Pentacles. Slow but steady wins the race. So definitely making your plans. You know, don't push yourself too hard. That's the thing. Don't push yourself too hard, because I feel like things will work out as you put them together, right? Knight of Pentacles has the best chance of success of all the knights because they are the most well prepared, right? So even if things feel like they may be taking a little time to come together, you might be procrastinating a little bit on, you know, making your decisions or your plans. I feel like once you've got everything together, you will be going forward and it will be successful, because look at our suggested outcome. The 10 of Cups. You're leaving the 10 of Swords for the 10 of Cups. Happy. Very happy card. That's that emotional contentment. Feeling yourself being in a very good place. I love it. Yes, and that's important too. Writing down goals and writing down your things that you have gratitude for. Man, I need to start doing that again. I used to keep a gratitude journal every day for many years. I need to start doing that. Yeah, because that's a powerful tool for manifesting. It really is. It's one of those like subconscious things. And look at this. Yeah, and you know, me, I love my devil card because I'm a goat. And so there's a couple things that I would say for this. The positive side of the devil, right? Hardworking, determined, just like that Capricorn energy. The negative side of the devil is, yeah, see that? I want love, but I want money too, right? And that's the thing. You know, and so I would say that with the devil energy, the side of it that's a really big learning experience or lesson for us is that we don't want to get so stuck doing one thing just one way, or some kind of routine, or getting into some sort of negative habit that keeps us from this happiness, right? Because to me, that's the negative side of Capricorn. They can be a total workaholic to the point that they're not enjoying their work anymore, right? And it's just become a routine that they're kind of chained to. So it's important for you, again, Scorpio, to have that balance between, you know, going too far with things, because Capricorns tend to do that too. The devil card certainly tends to do that too, where it's like, you know, it's like, you know, routines can be really good and really healthy, but if they're not bringing us any joy, then they're not, right? They just trap us to old habits or things that aren't good for us. I do feel that you're learning to stand up for yourself in really powerful ways, and very compassionate ways, actually, because the Seven of Wands on the bottom with the Page of Cups, to me, this is standing up for yourself, But the Page of Cups knows how to do it with diplomacy and kindness. So it's very nice, you know. And I feel like, you know, you're not willing. It's like people might think, oh, she's so nice, she's so soft, she's so feminine and gentle or kind, but they don't realize you do have a very strong wall of fortitude as well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Between fun and work, it's a big thing. Let me get you an affirmation on this. This was a very good read. Aw, yes, and the afterglow, land gracefully. So that again to me is really about, again, it's like after you have those periods of success, after you have those moments of achievement, and interesting, we've got some real similar artwork symbology between these cards. Look at that with the wings, right? It's like, give yourself time to relax, enjoy your success, enjoy the thing that you worked so hard for, right? Because that's really what this is about. And, you know, don't work so hard that you can't enjoy the thing that you worked so hard for, right? Very good. Very good, darling. Well, man, everyone, we made it through. In spite of trolls and hackers and weirdness. We made it through these streams. Oh my goodness, what a night. This was quite a new learning curve. But thank you so much to my amazing moderators that really kept us on track. And thank you for Moonchild finally helping me figure out the settings on my phone so I was able to block those unknown callers. Because now they won't be able to do that to me anymore. So this is a good thing. Yeah. No matter how long we go on, no matter how long we do this, there's always more to learn. What's Moonchild saying? It's time for me to take another 3-month break. Yeah, after tonight, she's going, why did I come back? This is insane. Oh, Moonchild, they saved it just for you. They saved it just for your presence. Because only an Aries could handle that. People think I'm nice until they open up that ball of fire. That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Constance. Thank you so much for everybody for your patience as well. Yes. Because this kind of thing can be so aggravating sometimes. Obviously, either somebody's hacking it or somebody's trying to sabotage my live. Either way, they didn't succeed. So, woot! Yay. Hey, Daisy. Good to see you, sweetie. So, if there's anyone else who wants to read, let me know. I could do one more if there's anybody that wants to place a donation and do it. Otherwise, I am going to wrap it up for tonight. And, oh, I'm glad we got through it because it ended up being really great. These reads were awesome for everyone. They were really good. I'm really glad to see that come in through for you. I'm really glad to see that kind of, like, affirmation. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's your job. Like, you're a scammer. Do you put that, like, on your resume? What's your job, scammer? Well, Capricorns are just, we're determined, we're patient, and we have fortitude. So, like, you can knock us down. It's that song, man. You remember that old song? Oh, I get knocked down, but I get up again. That's a Capricorn. I was like, when I hear that, I'm like, that's a Capricorn. You can never really keep them down. They'll just keep coming back. Chewing on your shirt. That's the goat, you know. It's like you try to keep the goat from chewing your shirt. We're just going to come back and keep chewing your shirt. A goat and a ram in a headbutting contest. Well, if you're the person standing between the goat and the ram, we're just gonna like squash you from both sides. Yeah, that's always a nice thing to be able to do, Constance, is to be able to go back and rewatch the video. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I will be back on Friday night. So anybody that, you know, wants to get a read then, I will be back. I'll be doing, you know, general love reads for everybody, for all 12 of the signs. And I will, as you know, always be opening them up. Next time, do a love read. Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's, you know, to me though, like if you do a general read and that kind of thing is going to come up, it's going to come up. That's for sure. You know, like if you do a general read and love cards come in, because sometimes you can do a general read and not have any particular thing you're looking at. And, my child. After that one, right? It's like, oh. Yeah. As soon as we like started getting into the end of it, it was like all the hacker business started happening. All the spammer stuff started happening. It was like, oh, okay. I don't know what that correspond that coincidence. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I you know, Moonchild, you're doing a good job on timing people out and stuff like that. You know, everyone's free to, you know, have an open say and share in the chat, but you're right. We want to just keep things positive. You know, if we get comments like people saying really nasty things about particular zodiac signs or something like that, we're not going to let that stay, you know, up because, you know, that's not cool. You know, let's face it. I've had some really bad experiences with certain signs of the zodiac, but I certainly don't apply that to every person of that sign, right? Everybody is their own individual with their own choices, and like I always say, people can either be the best sides of their self, the enlightened side of their sign, or they can be the negative side of their sign, right? Yeah, it does, and it's like that's not what we're here to do, is not drag people down through the dirt, you know. One of the hardest relationships I ever had that was actually quite emotionally abusive was with a Scorpio, but it's still my favorite sign, so there you go. I want to have a dragon family get together in Las Vegas. I really do, Daisy. Oh, that sounds so fabulous. Yes, I would love it so much. We need to start putting out the feelers for that. We really do. I'm very open to that thought. I think that would just be so fun. I like it there. I really, me and my friend Natrina went there for my birthday before last, and it was wonderful. Moonchild. Remember, Moonchild, when I did that reading for you and I told you you basically just needed to like rest for 3 months? Yeah. I was just like, just take a break. Don't worry. Just relax. No, Vegas is great. It's an inexpensive flight. Hotels are always reasonable there. It's yeah, it's that's actually why I decided to go there on my birthday the year before last, because you know, I wanted to go to the West Coast because my solar return chart looked better on the West than the East. And I didn't want to go to Seattle or Portland because they're really rainy and gloomy, you know, during that time of year in January. So I was like, where could we go? And I was like, oh, Vegas is really far out west. And I was like, that's perfect. So that's what we did. And it was awesome. We had a really nice little weekend. Me and Natrina. Yeah. It's not terrible. Like it's a longish flight from Atlanta, but not like too long. It's like 3 or 4 hours. It's not as far as like if you go all the way to California, go all the way to Portland. What is that, Lisa? Is that's in Atlanta? Even if I don't go to a festival, I'd be totally open to hanging out for sure. Oh yeah, South Carolina. I think I remember you telling me that. We got a lot of people down here in the Southeast. Oh, Cosmic Gate. It is. They are playing near me. I've seen them several times before. They are awesome. Yeah, it wouldn't be till probably the autumn, Daisy. I got big plans in September. I haven't told anyone about yet. Well, a few people, but not many. Oh, cool, Moonchild. Yeah, they're great. They're like classics. They've been around over 20 years. I think the last time I saw them was in Seattle. They're great. They're always good. They're just always good. We do get a decent amount of good performers here. Steve Aoki is actually coming here soon, so I was like, oh, cake. He'll throw a cake at you. Yeah, Lisa, just text me anytime. Just let me know what's up. And if you're down here in Atlanta, you just let me know because I'm in Sandy Springs and it's pretty easy for me to get anywhere from here. Like, you know, downtown's not that far for me. Nothing is too far for me. Marietta is still not too far for me. Is he still alive? Yes, Steve Aoki is still alive. Flinging cakes has not killed him yet. So, you know. You talk about a workaholic. There's one right there. Yeah. It's like, slow down. How am I making it easy for the hackers, Moonchild? What am I doing? I don't blame them, Transformation Queen. If I had to pick between Atlanta and South Carolina, I would take Georgia anytime. No, no, I'm not telling them my address, Moonchild. They don't want to come to my house. I got swords. And I know how to use them. I've had two. The guy that recorded helped me engineered my first album. Oh yes, I have a few guns too. They're not anything super powerful, but I got like a BB gun. um. Oh, he lives in Vegas. That doesn't surprise me at all. I think he basically has like an installation there. Yeah, he has a residency there. Like he's there all the time. I got to see him when I was in Vegas actually last time I was there. But I was a little disappointed because instead of flinging a cake, he gave out pizza and he didn't throw it. He just gave the pizza to people. I was like, oh, I thought he was going to throw a cake. Oh, yeah. The mods definitely fight over me out here. But move from Dunwoody to Charleston. It's so funny. No, oh man, I've had a couple of people that were from South Carolina, and it's funny. They had a very sort of interesting love-hate thing about South Carolina. They really, really did. No joke. Yeah, they had a little love and hate thing about it. It was so funny because I had a friend once tell me that they were like, yeah, it's always hotter in South Carolina than in Georgia because it's a little bit closer to hell. It's like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah, South Carolina is one of them places. Like some of it's kind of cool because it's very historical and old. And then in other ways, it's also not cool because it's historical and old, right? There's a lot of that old racism and prejudice and that kind of thing, and it's kind of ugh, yeah, it's ick. Um, so it's yeah, you know, it's that thing between the two, and so it's like. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how, like, oh yeah, Daisy, I do remember that with the water raft. Hey, if you can do it, do it, right? Like a literal crowd surfing with a raft. It's like, I'm not just gonna crowd surf without a boat, okay? Crowd surfing without a boat is so 1990s. Exactly, Constance. Yeah, and I've had people really tell me, you know, the interesting thing about Georgia is that I would say that probably it's odd because Atlanta is very like it's much more blue, liberal, international. So in a lot of ways, thankfully, I didn't have to grow up with that too much, right? You know, my parents were never like that. We didn't act nobody, you know. But when you go outside of the city, you're like, oh crap, here's where the crazy people are. It's like, okay, here we go. It's, you know, it's that very, yeah, a little bit backward. Hey there, Ashley. Sure, if you want to do a reading real quick, I will do it. Yeah, I will still take a donation if you're interested, because I'm just sitting here chit chatting with the folks. So that's kind of how I feel about Georgia. It's like it's a red state, but I live in a very blue city, which is, you know, it's fine with me. I feel like it's pretty decent. Like I don't hate it here. And the other thing that I would say is I don't mind the weather. I mean, some people really hate like the hot, humid, and you know, summer's kind of like, you know, the thing. But I would say overall, I think our weather is decent here. You know, we'll get the leftovers of tropical storms, but they don't usually hit us super, super hard. We don't have earthquakes, rock slides, cave-ins, a lot of the things. Oh yeah, Forsyth County, that's a historical mess. Oh, I was born here. I know a lot about the history of things. Yeah, it's real weird, right? You know, it's weird. It's like it's this combination between, you know, new and old energies in Atlanta, you know. I think that Atlanta is like a Scorpio energy. It really is. It's like because it was burned to the ground, right? It was like, you know, Sherman came through here and like burned the place. It's like, oh, we're starting all over again. It's like, whew. So yeah, it's interesting vibes. It really is. But I can dig it. You know, it's like my dad loved Atlanta. I mean, he grew up here. he truly, truly loved Atlanta. I think he would never have wanted to live anywhere else. He loved it. He loved the old theaters. Um, he just loved it. He loved the old Varsity. You get your hot dogs and your, peach pie. He just truly had a true love for it. Yeah. Are you taking off on us, Moonchild? Let me check my PayPal account real quick. Let me write her down. I'm gonna get myself nice and organized one of these days. I'm gonna write everybody down. So we have Ashley Pearson. All right. Gotcha. And whenever you are ready, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Transformation Queen. Isn't that funny? And it's funny, my mom, she was born in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, and she grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah. And she still just loves Baltimore, right? She just loves the city and she likes Philadelphia. So whenever she sees anything about those two places, she gets really excited, like she'll point out like the landmarks and historical things. She's like, oh yeah, she's like, I used to walk by this and this every day to work. And it's like all of that. Yeah. I think that's really cool to have like those kind of memories. And, even though, I will say that, there's plenty of cons to Atlanta, like the traffic is really stupid and things like that. But, sure, I grew up here. There's certain things about it that will always feel like home base, right? They're always going to have that feeling of home in some ways to me. The kind of trees, the topography, the birds and the sounds that the birds make, it brings back that feeling, of being a kid. It's that home feeling. And just even the way the air smells, like especially at this time of year, spring and summer, the air has that specific smell, the plants, the flowers. It's a thing. It's just it's a thing. It's very tactile. So, yeah. So Ashley, let me know what your question is in the chat, or if you just want me to pull a general reading for you. I can do either one. You can give me as much information as you want or as little. And I lived in Portland, Oregon too for about 7 or 8 years. I really liked Portland a lot, but I'm glad I'm in Atlanta. What is that, Transformation Queen? I went to Magic City in Atlanta. What an experience. What is that? Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I like the shared experience that everyone's talking about in different places and cities. It's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. The only places I ever really go when I like go out is I'll go to like music places, music venues, concerts, EDM clubs. Oh, whenever you're ready, Ashley. Right across from Greyhound Station. Ah, okay. I think I know the area you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. Constance, you're so funny. Robert Aquarius, current feelings. It's been distant, but I know how Aquarius need their space. Yes. Oh my God. Ashley. Yeah, there's a lot of notorious strip clubs in Atlanta. stuff my dad used to say about things like that. He was so funny. We'd drive down the street. He'd be like, "Oh, there's all the local cat houses." It was so funny. He was no more interested in that kind of thing. That was never somewhere my dad would end up. He just thought that was just the stuff he would say was so funny. He's like, all them poor women in there without the clothes on. Oh my goodness, Ashley. Wow. I just went through that. Okay, my guy's an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius rising. I'm a Capricorn, right? Yes, I remember the Gold Club was scandalous. Like, there was always some sort of thing going down there, wasn't there? It was like the cops were always out there. There was always somebody getting busted for something. It was always in the news. I think now it's like a crappy music club, sort of, kind of. Like, it's not what it used to be, like, on that property. But, oh yeah, as a kid, that was always like the taboo place, you know. It was pretty funny growing up. It was really funny growing up there. But Ashley, I was gonna say, yeah, my guy's an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius rising, and I'm a Capricorn Aquarius cusp. And yeah, they get that way. My dad was also an Aquarius. They do get that way. They do get all up in their heads. Don't take it personally. Sometimes you do really have to be just patient with them to give them a minute. And I know it's tough. I know it can be really tough. My darling friend Jules is mindful on this channel when she comes into the chat. She's an Aquarius, and I called her up when I was going through something last week, and she was like, "Hun," she's like, "don't worry." She's like, "Aquarians," she's like, "just remember," she's like, "whenever we feel like our heart's on the line, or we might get our heart broken or hurt, we go right up into our heads. We go right up into our intellect." And so sometimes when Aquarians are, you know, concerned about, you know, the future, which they're always concerned about the future, they can get real funny. So you gotta have patience with it. I know it's frustrating, but it's a thing. Yeah, no, you can't call. Don't even do it. Like, just let them go do your own thing. Just go do your own thing, you know. Yeah, because the more that you try to, like, bother them, they get all cagey. It's, yeah, nah. They're, you know, things, Aquarius energy, it has to be our idea. Or, like, it has to be our idea, right? Very, like, reverse psychology. So let's get, yeah. So just let him come to you. He will. They're, you know, once they get fixed on you, they're fixed on you. If they want you, they're not going to leave, because they are a fixed sign. When they really want someone or something, they're not going to go away. It's true. They're that way. All right. So let's see what we've got coming up for Ashley and Mr. Aquarius here. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, please show me what you have for Ashley and her Aquarius love. Let's see what is coming up that she needs to know for her highest good. Aw, yeah. Clarity and love. So I do feel love is definitely part of this, right? Been through it, but it always comes back. Yeah, I know. And it's one of those frustrating things that it's like, is this always going to be a thing? It probably will. I can tell you, I mean, my mom and my dad, they had a lifelong marriage. You know, they stayed together till he died, right? It's very unlikely, Ashley. It's very unlikely. Aquarians usually are not player types. Not usually. Sure, there are some that are afflicted or have, you know, some strange stuff going on in their charts that might be. But my experience of Aquarians is when they take time to themselves, they really literally are like doing nothing. They are recharging their batteries, playing video games, watching movies, sleeping. Like they just, yeah, because I'll tell you, Aquarians are an intellectual sign. They aren't very needy. They aren't that needy all the time for social interaction. And they're not a very sexualized sign. They're actually very particular in general about people they're intimate with. They're very picky about that, because they have high ideals. Yeah, or making money. They do work on that too. But in general, not all, of course, but in general, Aquarians, yeah, they spend a lot of energy when they're out and about. They spend a lot of energy on the mass consciousness, and if they're out around people or if they're in a big crowd, they'll expend a lot of energy, and they really need time to just recharge their batteries, you know, because they get worn out. They just get worn out from it. So I think for you, it's like, I think you want clarity in your love life, right? But I also think that having clarity on what's going on is going to make you feel a lot more peaceful about those things, right? That's what I think. You know, it's a two-way street on that. So let's get into some tarot. But those are your key words: clarity and love. Yeah. Well, they can be cold, and I'll tell you why, Ashley. Aquarius is, you know, the sun is at its dignity in Leo, right? And its detriment is Aquarius. Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo. So the sun in Leo is the most well expressed, right? It's the most well expressed. The sun in Aquarius is not easily expressed, and this is why they can come across as being chilly or emotionally distant. They literally have a harder time tapping into that than other people. And the other thing that I would say too about this is that, you know, when you look at the symbol of Aquarius, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking Aquarius is a water sign. They're not. They're the water bearer. They carry the water, right? And the water is inside the vessel, right? And water is very much the symbol of emotion in astrology. And notice that Aquarius, it doesn't stick their hand in the water. They don't allow the water, the emotion, to touch them, right? But they're pouring out that kindness, humanitarian aid, etc. to others, right? They love to help other people. They're extremely helpful. Oh my goodness, ask an Aquarius for help, they're right on it. They're like, oh yeah, they got you. But they're not the kind of sign that likes to sit and cry about things. They're not big into messy displays of emotion. They're a little bit uncomfortable with that. But they love to be proactive and helpful. So it's a different way. It's a different love language, right? You know, oh yeah, when they take space, they come back with gifts, and they you know, yeah, exactly. Exactly. My dad was the same. Extremely faithful person, never someone that would mess around. But I remember times that he would just need to be in his room by himself, like, and my mom would badger him, and I'd be like, Mom, just let him be for a minute. Give him a day to just do nothing and watch his movies and hang out. He's going to be so much happier if you just leave him be. Go do your own thing. Most of the time she wouldn't listen to me, but he was very long-suffering with her. They do tend to hold it in. It's not healthy, but they do tend to hold it in. So let me see what we've got here. Yeah, they're interesting. They're interesting. I mean, I can understand them pretty decently because I got a lot of Aquarius in my own chart, and my dad was one, and we had a very close, good relationship. So I understand their mechanics, but it's still sometimes you're like, okay, could you just come out of your funk? Could you just, like, come back now? Yeah, exactly. I know. It's really funny, Ashley, because I just feel like you had basically the same, like, when you ask your question, I'm like, oh, her too? Her too? Let's get it. Past, present, future, please, for Ashley and her Aquarius. Yeah, I feel like there might be some unnecessary worry going on in here, for sure. I feel like, you know, Here's the immediate past. That's really nice. That Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're on a good track, right? I feel like things are on they're fine, right? They're solid. Um and I think that it's also maybe you've started to realize, the importance in the dynamic that, if he's being distant or things are going on or he just needs a minute, go work on yourself. Oh, yeah, they can be very sociable because Aquarius does rule the mass consciousness. They can be. But then they got to have just as much downtime as they have social time. I've noticed that. I do it too. I can be super social. And then I just need time where I don't talk to anyone for a day or two. Like, it's important. On top of this, the Nine of Pentacles. So I really feel there is a lot of money energy here and pursuit of, career and personal goals. So he may be doing that. You may be doing that. And sometimes it may make you feel almost like you're single. Sometimes it makes you feel like that because this Nine of Pentacles is that feeling of like, I'm just single and I'm chilling and I'm happy, I'm good, no matter what. And I think that I will honestly say, from my standpoint, having a lot of Aquarius in my chart, I respect people more that have their own life. I do. It's like if their life is all about me, I'm like, it's like, don't you have, like, I don't know, friends or something? Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah. Aquarians, we don't like the clinginess. We're kind of like, we don't really like super cling. We like affection on our own terms. It's very, So I feel like in a lot of ways, the more that you have your own life and the more that you are really passionate about your pursuits, the more attractive that makes you in the dynamic. And I would also say that he is somebody that's very ambitious as well. Like, this is mirrored back and forth both ways here. Right in the present energy is the Six of Wands. Sign of victory, recognize success and achievement. So I honestly can't say that there's anything really bad going on. You might not be super, super happy right now, but I don't feel like there's anything super negative happening here. So let's get a clarifier on the Six of Wands. Aquarians won't smother you. They won't smother you, right? That's just not something they're gonna do. Like, that's one thing I really appreciate about it. Ashley, I get drunk. The Ace of Swords is on top of this. So to me, that's a very strong energy of Aquarius. It's an air sign card, but it also, to me, says, I think that you're going to get the clarity that you need around this. Interestingly enough, we had clarity here right in the center as well. The first card coming up, clarity. So I do feel like there may come a time right now or soon, within the next couple weeks, hopefully. It's hard to say with timelines on these, but hopefully soon, because this is the present energy. You may be able to start having, oh yeah, Virgo, very interesting combination. I feel that, sooner than later, I'm hoping you guys will be able to have those important heart-to-hearts and, discuss things very clearly, good communication, all of that coming through to sort out the confusion and anything that's been weighing on your mind. But you do have a tendency to overthink and overworry, right? You do have a tendency to overthink and overworry, and that's Virgo's territory. Sorry to say, you guys can worry up a blue streak. And so, yeah, for me, I feel like this is a card of unfounded fear. Expecting the worst, right? Allowing worry to grow out of proportion. It could be sleepless nights, etc., right? So I feel like for you, it's really just managing your fears and your worries. That's what this gets into. And I think that it's important that you're learning this. It really is. It's important that you find a way through this because, most likely it's going to be his pattern. It's an Aquarian thing. They go do their own thing. They come back. They go do their own thing. They come back, right? It's just, that's the way it is. But if you're really like, driving them crazy or worrying or, coming after them, it makes it a lot harder for them to just naturally come back. It's makes it a lot tougher. So this is the biggest thing. I feel like came out, told him how I feel, I would push him away. So I just wait till I see him and we talk then. Yeah. Which in a lot of ways is important, but I do feel that you might really need to have that discussion where you kind of say, well, if this is a pattern, it's like, can we have like, I don't know, you know, like a safe word or something, you know, it's like that you tell me that like you need some time, and it's not saying like I'm leaving you or you need to worry or that I'm interested in someone else. It's just that I just need some time, right? Which I think is really what it is. So I'm going to clarify this Nine of Swords here. Knight of Pentacles. This to me is a slow dismantling of this. And this is really for you. You know, Knight of Pentacles is a Virgo card. Yeah. I mean, to me, these feel very, very much. You need to organize. You need to make a positive plan so that your worries don't take over, right? And you might just need to just put it out there and say, you know, my mind tends to wander off and get really worried when I don't hear from you. And I just need to know that things are okay. Can you just, you know, can we kind of agree on something, like when you need time to yourself, that, you know, I just know that that's what it is, and not that you're like bored of me or wandering off somewhere else. I really don't think that's what it is. Me personally, I don't think that's what it is. But, you know, don't tell a Virgo not to worry. My mom is a Capricorn, and her sun sign is in the Virgo house. And oh my God, she's like a professional worrier. I really have to wind her down sometimes. I'm like, Mom, come on. Let's get a suggested approach and potential outcome here. I would say, yeah, with the suggested approach, Knight of Wands, I would say that, you know, you might want to just take a trip, right? You might just want to take a little back space. Like, you might be the one this time that goes and takes some time to yourself, right? You might want to take a trip. You might want to travel. You might want to just go somewhere just to kind of unwind. Or just follow your passions, follow your heart, work on some things that you really, really love to do. That's very important for you. Oh, my goodness, my cards just wanted to go flip, flip, flip. Okay, we feel it, we feel it, we feel it. Let's get a clarifier, please, for the Knight of Wands. Yeah, because you worry a lot, honey. You worry a lot. Nine of Swords is coming up again. You need a real break from this. You really need a break from the fears. Because the thing that can happen with that, like, it can be that self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We expect the worst, and then when the worst happens, we go, see, we knew it. You know, it's like, because we kind of helped create that situation. Potential outcome here. This is something that I feel is very subjective, you know, for you, is sort of this feeling of, you've got to weigh this in with yourself, right? Right, yeah. I feel like, I mean, this is that balance of, do you feel like they're putting you on hold all the time? You know? And is that okay with you? Right? I mean, that's really it. It's all in what we will and will not accept. Can you accept the fact that that's his dynamic? Right? Because there might be times when you feel really put on the back burner. Yeah, you got to tune into yourself on that one. Definitely with the Queen of Cups. Because you gotta look within and say, does this work for me or does this not work for me? You know, I don't know how long y'all have been together. You know, but I feel like for you, it's like, you know, it's really checking in with your personal boundaries. Right. Yeah. And you might, you know, that's truly up to you. Because we have this Ace of Wands here on the bottom. And to me, that's big, bold, new beginnings. Ooh, Eight of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, I always say that you need to be with a guy at least 2 years to see them through the Mars cycle. You might be getting a little restless. That's the other thing too, Miss Virgo. You might be getting a little restless because that Knight of Wands coming up, Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Yeah. You know, you might be getting a little restless, and you're not the kind of person that wants to have to worry about something. I mean, the last thing that a Virgo need is something that stokes their worry. Like, yeah. And I know how y'all are. I love my Virgos. But y'all can get so wound up, and sometimes you either need a good friend to help kind of talk you down and remind you not to worry too much and to come down out of that, you know? Yeah. Oh, I don't see this as ending. I don't. I really don't. But what I feel like is you need some clarity on this. You need some clarity on this. Because I feel like you might be feeling a little bit, you might more likely be the one that leaves rather than him. That's just the feeling I get, just, you know, touching on this tonight a little bit, is that you might be saying that you're tired of it, right? And you might be ready to move on to something that is a little bit more fulfilling, and that's really your call, right? Right, right. Ooh, here we go. Look at this affirmation card, the ocean of emotion. You have a lot of feelings about this. You really do. Find a safe place to express your true feelings. And so I do feel that for you, you may not be able to talk all of that out with him, and that's okay. That's really okay if you can't talk all of this out with him. But you need to vent, and you need to just sort of let off steam. I think doing a reading like this is a great, you know, outlet. It's sort of like, yeah, let's just see what's there. Let's talk about it a little bit. You know, let's feel it out, because I feel like when you express yourself and when you open up and you kind of go, yeah, these are my feelings, like it makes a lot more sense. Virgos are not unreasonable people. Not at all. They're very reasonable people. The trouble is that they feel like a lot of other people are quite unreasonable. And they really want them to give them, you know, blow by blow, play by play. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you can't not be yourself. I always say we have to be ourselves, right? We want to be our best self, of course, but you have to be able to be yourself. And that's important. One of my dear Virgo friends, oh my goodness, he's the same way when, you know, in relationship or when he's interested in somebody. He wants to know everything that's coming. He wants to plan. If he doesn't hear from the person for a few hours and they were supposed to call, he gets very upset. He's all like, why didn't she call me? So I know how Virgos are. And I have to remind him, like, please, honey, it's going to be okay. Just let things play out. You know, but it's easier said than done when you're in it. Yeah. Wow, that's funny. It's interesting to me when I hear about people that go so against type, because it makes me think it just tells you that there's so much else going on in their chart. But like typical Virgo energy, yes, it's more worried, it's more detail oriented. They want to know the who, what, when, where, why. You know, they don't miss a detail. They don't miss a beat. They really don't. Pure Virgo energy is that way. You know, everybody's chart's different. I mean, you got 9 other planets and many, many more placements that, you know, mitigate and influence your sun sign, of course. But just by the pure energy of that sign, that's very much what they're about. And you know, they have a bit of a nervous energy, and they're ruled by Mercury, so their mind is always at work. It's always moving, always thinking, always assessing, and, you know, and it can be exhausting to be a Virgo, you know. Always know why he was always coming back to me. Always had a child and everything. Won't tell me how I feel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd give it some time, but what I feel ultimately that you're going to do, Ashley, I really feel ultimately what you're going to do is you're really going to check in with yourself. Like this Queen of Cups, that's our Scorpio Queen. So that's all about the internal emotions, you know, and she is very nurturing, loving, compassionate, sensitive, all those things, but she is also the one, you know, the queen that puts the top on that cup because she's not going to let just anyone share in her life, right? And my feeling is that if you get put off on hold too many times, you know, it's like and the other thing that I think gets to you, and you may not be consciously thinking it, but you may be thinking all this time that I'm sitting here under the old apple tree or wherever I'm sitting waiting for him to you know, process or, you know, recharge or whatever it is he's doing. All this time I'm sitting here waiting, I could be hanging out with somebody, or I could be talking to somebody who really, you know, maybe appreciates me a little more. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's a little hard for you to not get unsatisfied. I actually feel, what I actually feel is that you are more likely to leave than he is. That's what I feel from this read right now. And that could change, but that's the way it feels right now. Because you might just say, you know, I'm tired of worrying about this. I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of XYZ, right? But I think you do have to kind of explore your emotions. You do have to kind of explore those inner emotions. Um, yeah, of course. Yeah, Virgo is a more loyal sign. Yeah, they are. But they're also picky. They're all so picky. You know, I talk about Virgo and Aquarius as an interesting match because, you know, by aspect, they're not really a direct aspect, right? In a lot of ways, they could seem very, very different from each other because they both, you know, it's like I always say, you know, Aquarius many times likes to start a little chaos. Virgo doesn't. Virgo likes to organize the chaos. They don't like to start the chaos. Yeah. I like that, Ashley. I picked his behind. Yeah. So he should be honored. Should be honored that he got picked by a Virgo. I tell you, Virgos won't just pick just anyone. I tell you, they got standards. But I will say that the things that are very common between Virgo and Aquarius, the thing that makes those two signs really work together well when they do work together is that they both care about the greater good. That is very true, Ashley. Yes, once they're done, they're done. But that, I think that's Earth signs. We're not ones for big second chances, not usually. Aquarius and Virgo both care about the greater good. They both care about helping other people. Oh, I'm sure you're not. Virgos tend to be really beautiful. I mean, Beyonce is like the ultimate Virgo, right? You know? No, Virgos are never a slouch. They have good hygiene and they know how to take care of themselves. But yeah, I would say that that's the thing that bonds Aquarius and Virgo together is both of them care very much about helping and healing others and leaving the planet in a better condition than it was when they got here. You know, Aquarius is about the mass consciousness. They want to give aid and help to others. And Virgo is a big sign of healing. You know, Virgo rules medicine. It rules nutrition. It rules self-care. You know, medicine and healing and habits and routines, cleansing, detox. Virgo is a very multifaceted sign. They're really pretty fascinating for that. I love that about them. You know, that's why, like, they rule the stomach, the digestive system. And so that's why when a Virgo, if you eat something that doesn't agree with you, like, your body will tell you. Like, you will know it, like you know it. So So that's something that I feel like Aquarius and Virgo can really kind of come together on, because they both have a sense of, they're both very humanitarian, they're both very service oriented, and at their most powerful, they really have a way of helping, healing, and changing the world in a positive way. You're going to be much more adaptable than he is, because Aquarius is a fixed modality. Fixed signs are more stubborn in their approach. They are not as likely to change as easily. Virgo is a mutable sign, and mutable modalities are more changeable, more flexible, and more adaptable. But the worrying thing, that's the hardest thing for you, is that your mind kind of goes on, goes on, goes on. I'm about done, Jason. Yeah. We had a big old hoedown. I don't know if you were here when we had all my account. They tried to hack into my account. It took us some time to get things back straightened up. I had to stop and restart the stream. It was messy. They were trying to hack into someone was trying to hack into my Google account. I had to redo my passwords and everything and get back on. I kept getting these weird calls from unknown callers coming through on my phone. I had to block everything. It was messy earlier, but I think we're okay now. All right, Ashley. Well, definitely check back in with us. Let us know how things are going here. You know, but it is tough when people are distant. I know it is, and I understand that feeling. So y'all, I'm going to take off. I'm going to get some rest. Hope you will do the same. I know you are. That's what I said, Ashley. I know you are, because that came up in your cards. I know. I said if you were, yeah. Yeah, no, I know. But I think that that's just having self-respect, right? And also just doing what's right for you. And that's not wrong. That's not wrong. You know, if you can't accept the way somebody's treating you, or the way that, yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can give people chances and give them, but just see it as they're showing you who they are, right? When someone shows you who they are, you got to believe them. It's, I've said that about relationships. It's like, it's not my job to go change somebody. It's like, if I can accept them as they are, with their flaws and their things and all their ups and downs, then cool. And if they can accept me with all my stuff, then cool. Then we're good, because everybody's going to have their stuff. It's just the way it is. Nobody doesn't have their stuff. I'm not sure what that message was from Jason. I'm confused by that one. No, I wasn't. That's BS. I don't know what you're referring to. I have no idea. I wasn't saying you were trying to hack my account. Somebody was, though. Somebody was. No, it wasn't anybody in my chat, but there was somebody, some unknown spammer, hacker, troll, somebody out there was trying to hack my account earlier. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. I hope you all will visit with me again soon. I will be back here on Friday night. I will be doing my usual live stream. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Take care, everyone. Hope you have a good evening, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care.